What's going on, guys? I'm VaporKnight13 and welcome to another Space Engineers video. In this one we're going to be talking about some of the features of the new update, as well the really important pieces of the new update, as well as how to make a tank. And by that I mean kind of the top of the tank, the turret, because that's probably the most important piece that not everyone knows about. So real quick, I'm just going to show you what the new update has, or the major features of the new update. Now, there is something called center of mass. I don't want to go too in detail in that, just because I really do not know how it works all that well. However, I do want to go into rotors. Now, I know I talked about the rotors in the last video, and you're thinking, wait, don't we already know everything about rotors? Well, you're wrong. In the new update, they added something to rotors. Electricity through rotors. It is a really cool thing. Now keep in mind, I've actually just tried it. It does not work for gyroscopes, in case you were wondering. So yeah. So basically, electricity through rotors. Well, as you may imagine, it transfers power through rotors, and it's based on. I think it's based on how many ships away it is, and I'll explain that here in a sec. But basically, if you go into your cockpit and you click F, if you click K, by default, I switched it to F. So if you click K and you go into here, you notice that there's a lot more things than you may have had before. I just got on thinking, what the hell just happened? I mean, then I realized it was Saturday, and 2 days ago, we had an update. But anyways. So as you can see, we've got multicolored objects. So we got yellow, or one yellow, we got a lot of orange, and we got some normal white ones, or bluish ones, I don't really know. So anyways, the bluish ones, they're normal. Basically they mean they're in the same vehicle. So for example, everything here, everything on this ship, anything that's on this side of the rotor, of that rotor, will be blue, because it counts it as its own ship. Now if I go into here and I look, now the lightish yellow orange type color, I don't even know, it means that it's one vehicle away. So in this case, everything connected to here. Now because the only thing connected to here is the single rotor, only that rotor is going to be showing up. So say we were to add no, not a conveyor, we need something we can, here, a small reactor. So now you notice we've got a small reactor with that color. So now, I don't know how many it works. I think it'll only work for about two or so vehicles away, maybe 3, because, oh crap. If I just go in here real quick, oops, you notice that we've got a lot of orange things, and that's because everything that's orange is, well, everything connected to this platform. So those gravity generate, oops. So as you can see, we got the 2 gravity generators. We got, we should have some reactors, which we do right here. Oh, here we got that. We got that cockpit, but that's probably not going to show up here. Oh, never mind, it does. Cockpits actually show up here. I completely forgot. But anyways, the point is, power through rotors is going to make it not extremely difficult, extremely easier to create things like tanks, because you won't have to put reactors directly into the tank top. You can put it, one layer below it, which won't be a problem, because I think it generates just maybe it'll probably generate not as much max output, current output. Oh, never mind, it's the same. What the hell? Okay, so apparently anything, as long as, I'm gonna test something real quick. I'm actually going to see how many vehicles away it can be before it just, breaks. Or before, it can't see anything. So let's go and so we've already made sure that we can do that many ways. So let's go ahead and do one more. Add a block and find the cockpit. Oh, but you see now it's a gyroscope 2. Notice how we don't even have any. Oh, no, we have one blue one for this cockpit. So okay, this is extremely confusing. Sorry about this, guys. Haven't played Space Engineers in like a week or so. I don't know. So notice how we should only have here. We have a rotor of that specific color because that's the only rotor on that other one. We got a rotor on a small reactor, a gyroscope, rocket. Wow. And see, I can still see the generators and everything. Hold on, I'm gonna keep trying. I'm very curious now. How far out can you go? I mean, is it unlimited, or did they actually put a limit to it? So if they didn't, this is gonna make things even like twice as easy. Holy crap. Alright, let's try that. And holy crap! Oh my god, you can still see them! What on earth? Why do they let you do that? Look at how many rotor... Well, I guess... I mean, it should I guess considering it's generating the same power through each rotor, I guess that does make sense, but why don't they, like, slowly cut off the power as you go through the rotors? That's what I'm curious about. Wow. Okay. Well, that is really cool. You can make... Huh. No need for putting reactors on, like... This changes everything. This is gonna make things a ton easier. Anyway, so I'm gonna be showing you how to make the tank top now. I probably should have... Yeah, but... Wow. Just wow. Alright, so I'm gonna make a small ship. We're not exactly gonna need the landing gear, but yeah, whatever. I don't know if I ever told you guys this or showed it to you, but if you're probably questioning yourself thinking, how the hell am I doing this? Rather than placing each block, I can just press and hold. But, you know, whenever you try that, you can't. So if you go into options in game, you notice that there's 3 building modes. Single block, which won't let you do, you know, any of the press and hold. There's line, which I'm using, which I feel is the easiest and safest. And then there's plane, which basically, the only reason I don't use plane is because I'm not all that familiar with it. I mean, I can use it, sort of, but need to fix a couple things, because even though I'm pointing at the bottom one, you notice how it, like, I'm only trying to get one block and it's like impossible. So I guess if you're doing like huge huge things, then yeah, go with crap. It's basically marking 2 points, so you want to come on. See, this is why I don't like playing. Whatever. And I miss one block and I get pissed. So anyways, look at this. So basically it's marking 2 points. You mark point A and then, you know, I'll cancel that real quick. So say I want, for whatever reason, to go only up to here. So I press and hold. And I mark the block that I want it to stop at. I'm pointing at the block I want to stop at. And there you have it. Now, of course, there are certain complications like this where it doesn't even let you do 2 blocks, which kind of pisses me off. I mean, it only lets you do 2 blocks, so... However, you can always hit escape to cancel, but I feel that line is probably the easiest, except for what I'm about to do. Yeah, and you can also use this for deleting, which is nice. I feel that they should fix. I'm only going to use line until they eventually fix plane, assuming they ever do. Anyway, so let's just get to it. I'm not going to make anything fancy, just a basic tank type thing. It's not even really going to be a tank, I guess, but so let's make this sort of thing. I don't like it to be off, so I'm just gonna delete a side right over here. I like everything being symmetrical, so I probably told you this when we were doing rotors in the last video, but the symmetry, and I've already talked about symmetry. I'm not going to go into it again because it's a little bit complex to explain it, but symmetry does not carry out through rotors, at least I don't think. There's one thing I did not show you about the new update besides a couple fixes, and that's the fact that they added something called show center of mass. And now that's not, and now you don't even have to get into any ship. I don't know. I mean, you can hit F and just do that. I'm not entirely sure what center of mass does. I mean, I assume it's just center of mass, you know, where all the weight is. So, the center of mass. So, if I take this off, yeah, the center's gonna be right here. So, so let's just say the landing gear wasn't there. If you wanted to make the weight kind of balanced, then notice how whenever I put a cockpit over there, it goes more towards that side because there's more weight on that side. So really the idea of center of mass is to kind of balance it out on all axes, which is nice. I mean, I like it. Especially if you've got something like, especially if you're making something like a car or something, which again I'm going to be showing you later on. But frankly, for what I'm doing right now, it's really not necessary. Oh crap. Whoops. Hopefully that didn't do anything. So later on, I'm just going to say a couple of the things I'm going to be doing in later videos. One of them is going to be... Crap, I'm trying to figure it out. One second, I'm going to... and this is just... what I'm doing right here is... Say if you were to make a tank that only that you only wanted to move on the x-axis, then you're only going to want to stick one rotor facing upwards. Where is rotor number 9? Oops. Now, as you can see, like I said before, symmetry doesn't carry out, so if I wanted to, I could just, add. But and so let's just say, just for the sake of the video, that this is for, in some parallel universe, this is considered a good tank design. Alright, so I'm just gonna, I'll make it a little, just change it up here. And of course we don't even have any reactors on here, so it's, well, I mean, it would still function, it's just that it's just that we don't have any gyroscopes, so so I guess the gyroscopes would, okay, so I guess we do need reactors. So I'm just gonna stick one gyroscope there, just because I do have symmetry on. Cockpit 15, I mean, I don't even know if that's a 15, because it's kind of spaced out, but what the hell? What on earth? Cockpit. I mean, I understand that, but why is it cockpit 1? Whatever. Anyway, so it's on a rotor, so we got to set the rotor torque to nothing so that it's, or not nothing, just really low so that it doesn't have a lot of strength to hold us back from moving around. And I really don't want to put guns on it, but whatever. Put 2 guns on it, why not? Alright. So all we need now is a sufficient power source, which because of the amazing new update, crap, I meant to put it in the wall, but whatever. Can't make it look all bad. So now because of the new design. Right, I kind of forgot to mention that. Although we don't need to put reactors on the other ends of the, on the, you know, on the ships now, on every piece of the, on everything connected to the rotors, we do need to still put gyroscopes because those don't carry out. I really wish they would. I'm hoping they do another update for that. Now as you can see, we can turn. And so, say this was a functioning tank, you know, this would be pretty good. And so now, I'll show you guys something real quick. I don't want to remove the landing gear just as of yet. Oops. What was that all about? Oh. Oops. Whatever. It's not a big deal. I think that's good, besides the left and right ones. Let's just say, you know, for the sake of this video, that... What the hell? Oh, there we go. That this is a functioning tank. Now, I just want to point out something really cool. Why can't I turn? Why the hell can't I turn? Oh, never mind, I can. It's just really slow. What the hell? I can turn one way, like... Whatever. Okay, anyways. Oh. Whoops. That never happened. Ever. Nope. It's a little bit better. Whatever. Come on. There we go. So now, as you can see, whenever I move around with my with the base portion of my tank, basically the driver's seat, you notice that the top portion of the tank doesn't it doesn't rotate with me. So if I were to be in this car, so if say 2 people were in here, if the base vehicle was if the entire vehicle was moving or turning right, for instance, the top turret won't turn right as well. It will stay whatever position it's in. And where are my guns? Come on. It's not a turret without guns, I guess. Yeah, there is a lot of kick, but yeah, whatever. It's like if you don't have a driver, this is apparently a sufficient way to get around. Not. I mean, that basically just shows you the basics. Now if you really wanted to go ahead and do a turret that... Okay, you know what? That's a good plan. One sec. I'm just gonna set the turret to a good angle. Where is the rotor? Here. So the current angle of my rotor is 358 degrees. So now let's say you didn't want your turret to turn all the way back. You only wanted it to turn to the left a certain degrees and to the right a certain degrees. What you could do... Now we just position it really well. Alright. So what you could do, you can set a lower and upper limit. So let's just say 190 for instance. So if I turn left, I can only turn left that much. If I turn right, I can only turn right that much. So I can't do a complete turn. So actually let me... So now if you notice, I can only move that way so much. If I move this way, I can only move that way so much. So, no, I want to go this way. I guess that's just something to keep in mind, just in case you did want it to only turn so much. I guess it's not a big deal, but it may matter based on what you're doing. Now, of course, if you wanted it, now this is just the design for a tank if you want it to only turn left and right. Now, you can do that same upper and lower limit even if you wanted the tank to turn up and down like that one over there. So if we wanted to real quick, we could just go in here, we can set the lower limit to that and the upper limit to that. I can only turn up that much, and I can only turn down this much. Yeah, that's probably not a good example. There we go. So I can only turn up this much, and I can only turn down that much. That's actually a little bit better because, you know, it doesn't do it like a complete flip or anything. Now, of course, the upper limit has to be either equal to or greater than the lower limit. The lower limit has to be either less than or equal to the upper limit. So you can't, I mean, it's not, you can't get it stuck so that it can't move at all. You may as well just place it on a block at that point. But you guys get the idea. So this was basically how to make a quick sort of tank. If you do have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. The two next videos I'm going to be trying to do, my next video is probably going to be on how to make a car. It's really easy, but I'll show you it in a separate tutorial. Just so that I get everything covered. And in the next tutorial after that, if I don't do that one first, then I will do one on how to make an elevator. But I will do one on how to make an elevator because at first it's like, how the hell do you do this? And then it's like, oh my god, I can't believe I didn't think about that before. But anyways, so yeah, I will be doing those two tutorials later on. If I find anything else, you know what? If I either find anything else, or if you guys want me to do a tutorial on anything specific, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, because I will do them. I am listening to I am watching for your comments. I sit here, like every day. Like I literally go on there, and I'm like every hour or so I go on YouTube and I just look for personal messages and stuff like that. So if you do have anything, yeah. Now, now of course, the fact would be, okay, I guess that wouldn't be too good. But what if? Now listen to this. What if they made a way to control? They gave an option to control the thrusters on the base vehicle, or you know, the thrusters of everything connected to whatever cockpit you're in. and you could actually control the thrusters based off which way you're facing. That'd be interesting. That'd be really interesting, I gotta say, but like leave it as an option, because frankly that'd get a little bit irritating too. But real quick, I just want to point something out. It doesn't have to be used as a turret. Say you're making a bus or a taxi or something that has a driver's seat and one or more passenger seats. Then this would be perfect. If you set the upper and lower limit to basically the same thing, then the vehicle can't move. So I'm just going to demonstrate real quick. Oh. The hell? Oh, see, now it can't move. Trying to turn left and right, won't. I'm gonna switch out a little bit lower just so I can show you it moves a little bit, but basically if you set the upper and lower limit to the same thing, the vehicle, the thing connected to the rotor can't move. Also, another way to do it is, let's just move that outwards and we'll set the torque to max. That's another way that they can't move. So, I guess if you set the upper and lower limit, they may move like a centimeter, so I mean that's not exactly gonna make a difference at all, but yeah, I suggest the torque just because it's only 1 instead of 2 and it's a little bit easier, I think. So yeah, but this is great for if you have a passenger seat. Just keep in mind if your rotor breaks, then that entire second seat's just gonna go flying because it's not attached to because that part of the vehicle is not, or because it is a second vehicle, so it's not really connected. So if that rotor breaks off, that second passenger seat, technically the second vehicle is going to go flying, and there's no way to connect it back, unfortunately, because it's you know, assuming it's a small vehicle. If it's any vehicle at all, it's not going to work. Now, what I kind of wish is they made a option so that you could convert not small ships, but large ships to stations, because the only thing good about that is the fact that stations run on the grid. So like I was talking about in my earlier one, if I were to make a second station, I could connect them both because they're on kind of a Minecraft grid type thing. Whereas large ships and small ships, they don't. They're kind of like just free. They're not connected to any sort of grid. So, so in other words, 2 small ships can't be connected. The 2 stations can. I guess that's also the idea of merge blocks. So I guess you could do that, but frankly, it'd be smarter to just make an entirely new passenger seat. Anyways, guys, I extended this video a little bit longer than I should have. But anyways, if you do have any questions, anything at all, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Any tutorial ideas, anything like that. So thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. I'm not signing off. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Hope it helped. And later.